viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Korea on Korea game, and this is Crank on the one side as the Protoss versus the Terran TheSTC. And yeah, Protoss versus Terran, pretty amazing matchup because there are so many possibilities. Well, most matchups have a lot of possibilities, but yeah, here you can go for gateway units on this side, or you can go for robotics units, or you can go for air units, and everything might actually work against the Terran. But the Terran, of course, is the game decider. He decides what he's going for, and so the Protoss is kind of the reactionary, well, party, I guess. And yeah, he will have to react to what the Terran is doing. The Terran will build either Marines and Marauders, or, well, first of all, we can have just the Marines, which is normally not a very good thing to have. Then we can have Marines Marauders, with, of course, both of them go with Medivacs. And the Marauders will do very well against, well, everything that's armored, which is basically everything in the Protoss arsenal, except for the Sentries and the Zealots. Yeah, then the Terran could potentially also go for more of a, well, harass build with like Banshees and things like that, and that would trigger also a different reaction from the Protoss. In this case it would be yeah, early observers and probably just stalkers. But yeah, as the Protoss, you can be very aggressive towards like the builds by building air units like Phoenixes and just going with that, because obviously if you go with Phoenixes you can actually harass the mineral line without too much interference from the Terran player, because, well, the Terran player is normally kind of busy attacking and doing stuff and whatever. Anyhow, we are going to build a barracks kind of off center here, not in the base at all, and that means that even though this probe got to scout all of that, he's only going to see one barracks without an attachment, and that is about it. So it is going to get taken out here, yes, by the Marine. The Marine, no problem with that, obviously, and yeah, the barracks is done, but the SCV not moving back home yet. So there's that. So yeah, this barracks is normally just for the, well, surprise amount of units. Normally it's not really game changing, because obviously in the beginning of the game people expect to go up against a few Marines, sorry, and yeah, that's about it. But he is going to build a bunker here, so it might actually work out. I don't really think it's going to be game changing though, because, well, as you can see, Mothership core is out. It is going to scout around a little bit, and even though it is not the greatest thing to have against SCVs or buildings, to be honest, yeah, it's not really going to be very good for your buildings either. But yeah, 3 probes taken off the line. One of them might actually die. No, it's not even going to die. Yeah, the bunker is going to come up, but it's going to be at super low health. So yeah, he's going to take that out with his first stalker. Although all of these probes are off the mining, and yeah, so the income will be significantly lower for that amount of time. But at least, well, some harassment was done on the Marines. The Marines, of course, yeah, they can hide in the bunker now, which is kind of sucky. But yeah, with a few of these stalkers out and some good micro, he might actually be able to do this. Oh, we needed to come in with both of them at the same time. No, the probes were much earlier here than the stalkers. The stalkers turned around too late, and kind of, yeah, the probes paid the price for that. So a few workers taken out, but it is 8-1. So at least there's one. Oh my god, the SCV survived that. I didn't see the explosion, but I thought it would be like a graphical bug, but it actually survived at no HP at all. So a new Mothership core out now. Mothership cores are relatively cheap. They're 100 to 100, but they are flying units, so they are normally quite good at, well, just that. Just yeah, I don't know why he's not just focusing that with his Mothership core, because he might as well. Mothership Core has a very good amount of attacks per second, but not very good damage. So yeah, it's pretty good to. Yeah, I mean it's 8 damage, so it's not really the 14 damage that you get with the Stalkers. So yeah, taking one of the Stalkers off of its duty and attacking or trying to attack the SCV, yeah, that was just kind of giving away 14 damage instead of just 6 or 8. I think it's 8. But yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter in the end. And we do have a second command center coming up. Well, second orbital command coming up, I guess. Because the orbital command is, of course, well, more pricey, but also much better than the normal command center. And we do have one Stalker running around here. The other Stalker is, well, I don't know. Oh, we are going to come in though with an Oracle. As I said, you have the possibility to actually go for these air units. And of course, yeah, they can do quite a lot as long as they don't get caught. And that is, of course, your problem. If you get caught with one of these Oracles, it is a very pricey thing to have. So we are going to harass a little bit, and a second one is coming in. Oh, is this going to die? No, no, it might actually survive. Oh, the Marines! The Marines are going to save it. Yeah, it still has a long way to go. And here we go with the harassment. Look at that. 3 kills. Nicely done. And no, 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 so risky. Oh my god. He is going to pick off 1 more. Oh, 2 more. Wow. That was actually pretty rapid. And yeah, going to go out. Because that is what you do. By the way, the barracks that was built over here is now over here. And so there's that. There is a second Oracle coming in. 6 kills, 7 kills. Wow. Yeah, these Oracles really paying for themselves. That's not something you see regularly, especially in the high levels. In the low levels, of course, you see this all the time. You see Oracles just completely wiping out the mineral lines and just completely taking care of all the workers. But in high levels, this is so hard to pull off because, well, once they know where your Oracle is, it is kind of impossible to get in there in any time. So they will just post a few Marines around the edge or behind the mineral lines, and they will take out the Oracle no problem. Yeah, obviously not the case here. And yeah, this is the game deciding amount of SCV skill, because there is no way he can come back. So all we need to do is watch this fight. And if he can hold this off, then he wins. If he can't, then yeah, obviously he's going to lose. But yeah, this is all up to the Protoss player. The Terran player can only do one thing at this point, which is just go in and hope that it works. But yeah, the Nexus cannon might actually be able to help out here a little bit. It is still active here, and it is going to be active here as well. As you can see, one of the Marines gets taken out. And yeah, the Protoss player is just standing back. He knows that he won this. He knows that he doesn't need to do anything to win this game at this point. And yeah, getting a few Marines for free, yeah, this is so over. Protoss wins here. There is no way this is not going to be over. And you can see here that he knows he's so far ahead, because he's building 3 cannons for no reason at all. There is really no reason to build 3 cannons here, other than just knowing that, well, I won. All I have to do is make sure that I don't lose in this next 2 minutes. And once I've done that, pretty much everything is done. And here you can see they're completely annihilating everything. Yeah, finally the Oracle gets taken out. It is going to do some final damage. And yeah, that was just not good enough, I have to feel. But yeah, 24 workers killed. That is an insane amount. And obviously the Marines and Marauders are not very expensive, but still you want to keep them alive. And we are going to get a drop in here. He does see that with the pylon. But is he going to be there in time? The pylon does go down, obviously, but that is not the problem. The problem is whether the Colossi stay alive. That was acceptable, I guess, for the Terran player. He picked off a pylon and he only lost like 2 Marines. So it's a good trade for him. But yeah, here come the air units. The Phoenixes are going to pick off these guys, and yeah, so they're going to pick off the medevacs. And if the medevacs get picked off with Marines inside, that is going to be very, very costly. Obviously, he doesn't want to risk that. And yeah, there is the Observer. The Observer is, of course, well, kind of a advanced scout here. You can't really do anything about it. And yeah, here you go. He knows that he doesn't need to react with his entire army or pulling his entire army over here, because as long as nothing drops, he can just stick with these air units. And yeah, this is too many Vikings. I don't know what he was expecting here. There are like 4 Phoenixes, and he has 5 Vikings, 6 even. That is just way too many. He's already behind in army count. He's behind in, well, not so much army count, but army strength. The Protoss army much stronger for the amount of resources, or sorry, supply it actually takes up. And it seems that we are just patrolling over here. And yeah, he's going to go in now. He's going to try to harass with his new air units. Obviously, the Oracles did very well, so might as well try that again. But now with Phoenixes. No. He has a scout on this army every now and then with this Observer. And oh, he did lose one of them there. Not that that's game-changingly bad, but okay, don't do it again. Come on. So yeah, the Vikings are not going to decide anything except for these Colossi. So they're going to try to snipe the Colossi. And of course, yeah, I completely forgot about that tactic. But yeah, it is something that he really shouldn't worry too much about at this point, because he has so many Marauders out. And Marauders don't really take that much damage from Colossi, so it is the Marines that should be very afraid of this. Because a Marauder, yeah, the Marauder has a lot of HP. It has 125 HP, as well as armor, so it is an armored unit. And armored units are, of course, a little bit tankier, so they can take more punishment. Yeah, 55 health only on a Marine, and if you look at this damage, it is 2 attacks of 17 damage each, so 2 attacks basically negates everything. 2 Colossi can wipe out the whole line of Marines. And oh, this is such a good attack for the Terran player. But the Protoss player still has quite a few units behind those cannons. And the cannons and the Nexus really helping out here. A new Mothership Core coming up. And by the way, this is a best of 3. I know I didn't mention that before, but this is just game 1. So yeah, at least going to see 1 more game. Maybe 2. I'm hoping for 2, of course. Always hope for 2. Oh, very nice. So yeah. 2 Vikings died, no Phoenixes died. That is that's not good. That is definitely not good. But look at the amount of units he managed to keep alive here. And yeah, the Colossi, even though they're great units, they normally don't really pay for themselves at this point because of the Vikings. Of course, now there are only 4 Vikings, so yeah, that is not going to do very well. And yeah, the Vikings all go down, and now the Colossus becomes useful again, because that huge range 9, is just going to be insanely good. And yeah, one of the medevacs got taken down while full of units. Oh my god, is this going to be the end of it? Because the entire Protoss army were just whittled down, just taken out instantly. And we are going to pick up quite a few units with just these Phoenixes. And if he had that full medevac full of units, if he had that available, I think he could have done this. Yeah, the air units no longer under any threat. There's one Marine out now. So the Marine will die, yeah, no problem. And now it's just, well, they can just hang out basically until their energy is back up. And we are going to take out one of the Marauders. And yeah, oh my god, this Colossus is so strong! The Colossus takes out the remaining units. And oh, the Phoenixes, come on, can they take out all three before, yeah, before anyone finds the one remaining Colossus. An insane defense here. This is very, very well played. I have to say that. I mean, it is such an insanely hard defense. And he pulled it off mainly because he had those 3 cannons out. And he is still ahead, I'm assuming, here in income and such. Harvesters for Protoss actually pretty low. But yeah, that is also the case for the income, I just noticed. Units lost, let's see. Well, pretty much equal. The Protoss lost a little less, so that's good for him. But yeah, it is mainly that early harassment that I thought would actually be game deciding, and then he went for these for kind of, yeah, a non aggressive army, and he didn't expand a second time. So kind of all over the place with that. He had an advantage, and instead of making that advantage bigger, he kind of did nothing with it. So not going to get, he is going to get it into the red. That is excellent. And he's going to do some more volleys. Not going to do, oh, the medevacs! Oh, the medevacs almost in trouble. And yeah, now the Vikings, one of them, or sorry, yeah, the Vikings show up. One of the Phoenixes goes down. One of the Phoenixes really low, by the way. No shields, 15 health, and 18 health, sorry. Yeah, that was pretty risky, but it did work out. The command center still hasn't landed. And wow, this mule is not going anywhere. I think he forgot about his base there. So are we going to expand over here then? Because that might actually be very good. Yeah, okay. The Phoenixes, they run back to the base, and we're still not expanding. I guess there are minerals still available, but this main base must be mined out. Yep. Main base is indeed mined out, which means that he needs to expand to keep the, well, the flow of everything going. And look at that, the one zealot actually getting a kill, almost getting a second kill. But yeah, that's a Marine, it doesn't matter. And we are going to march in this. And fortunately, he did not build an exit here. But yeah, well, are we going to be able to pick this off? No, no, no. The Marines and Marauders, they run out of Stimpack, but yeah, they are in a safe position here. That could have been so much worse. The Vikings coming in. The Vikings are actually going to go down here. Oh my god, what's he doing with this? Why are these Vikings here? They were trying to find this this Colossus, I guess, but wow, he really did that in a very strange way. And I got taken out for free. And of course, like 7 Vikings versus 1 Colossus. Yeah, that was not really worth it. Even though, yeah, if there were like 5 Colossi out by now, that would have been so worth it. Because then he could have taken out all of those units, all of those big, chunky, very expensive units, and that would have been very good. But I guess our Protoss player here, he realized it was not really worth it to go for those Colossi. And yeah, running almost into enemies. This is so close every time. But yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where it's all going to be decided by one battle, even though both of them really don't have that much. The Terran army is a little smaller than the Protoss army, but oh man, the storms. Storms are so good here. Perfectly placed, and it's almost impossible to get your Marines out of there and keep attacking. And yeah, the storms were just the tiebreaker. I mean, it was so close for so long. I really thought that early harassment would have been enough. Oh wow, he actually was building ghosts. Cute. Yeah, I thought that would have been enough, but apparently he really just came back from that. And yeah, he was the one expanding, of course. So even in the later stage of the game, he still had an income, even though he mined out all of his patches. And here we finally have the Nexus now. Anyway, on to game number 2. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.